This is not an apples to apples type comparison. And in no way am I saying the expectations for the 2024 Commanders should be Washington better be the Houston Texans. That's not where we're going with this. But why not Washington to be the next 2023 Houston Texans? What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? I'm just sitting back watching Super Wild Card Weekend. And I'm watching the Houston Texans play, and I'm like, man, look how fast a culture can shift when you are selecting the correct head coach, the correct quarterback. And when your front office guy, Nick Casario, in this example, when they're all in lockstep and when the culture is immediately shifted, look how fast and expedited competitiveness and success can come. There are a multitude of directions a franchise can decide on how to attack a rebuild. A lot of factors that contribute directly to team success. But the importance of hitting on decision makers, evaluators, coaches, and the most important position in all of sports is paramount for any sort of sustained success in the NFL. And right now, as we sit here on Monday, January 15th, 2024, nobody in the NFL's future looks brighter than the current Houston Texans led by DeMeco Ryans, CJ Stroud, and Nick Casario. Washington is currently sitting in the most unique spot of all of the head coaching vacancies in the 2024 offseason. Because if you accept the keys to this job, this is the closest you will ever see to taking a job with a clean slate where the entire building will be formed to your vision. Not only that, this is a fan base starving for a winner. 18 years since your last playoff win. Did you see the euphoria, the joy of Detroit fans last night who hadn't won a playoff game since 91, my birth year? Who hadn't hosted a playoff game since 94, 30 years ago? They were weeping in the stands last night. I want that for us. And our situation comes with everything I just listed. And it also comes off of 25 years of bad business, a constantly declining football product, and the reign of an impulsive tyrant, meddlesome owner. Washington is starting anew and building from the ground up in a way that fans my age and younger have never experienced. So I am very excited about what's to come. And my one wish this offseason, do not try to build an overnight Super Bowl winner. Dan Snyder always tried to do the trendy popcorn microwave build of sign every player in free agency and try to dramatically increase your ceiling. I think first you need to increase your floor. And if you get the right guys in place with the right schedule and the right, if everything shakes out, you're competing right away regardless. But don't go out there and try to go get a veteran quarterback and go all in for 2024. Let's build this shit the right way. And now that we have Adam Peters in the tuck as our main decision maker, runner of the football operation here, I have full confidence that we're going to see a rebuild done correctly for the first time in my fan life. Three teams perfectly display how vastly different a year one of a rebuild can go. The Colts hired offensive wizard from the Eagles, Shane Steichen. Won 10 games this year, had a chance to make the playoffs, but they lost to the team we're going to get to last. The Carolina Panthers, first overall pick. They traded up for the first overall pick and proceeded to draft Bryce Young and hire Frank Reich. And their meddlesome owner fires the coach in the middle of the rookie quarterback's first season. Like that helps a rookie quarterback situation. You could have canned the guy at the end of the year. So you gave a guy 2 months on the job, fired him, already has stumped the growth of your first overall pick. And you're back to square one already. Bryce Young will be on his second coordinator and coach in 2 years coming up in the 2024 season. Very different. And then there's the Houston Texans. The Texans, who the last couple years had records of 4-13, 3-14, 4-13. You get what I'm going, right? 3-13, 4-13, 4-12. These were the years following the Deshaun Watson story, because when Deshaun Watson was on, they were 11-5 and 10-6. When the Massage Menace went on his Massage Menace run, they fell back to reality real quick. You see the difference of having a quarterback and not having a quarterback makes. They went from 4-12 to 4-13 and 3-13. I see so many similarities in this, but they've consistently picked in the top 5, so they have some pieces there. Look at the similarities. Their last pick before C.J. Stroud in the first round was a cornerback, an elite one, Derek Stingley Jr., a guy I called the number 1 corner of that draft class. Between him and Sauce Gardner, after 2 years, they're neck and neck to me. Derek Stingley is an absolute dog. We took Emmanuel Forbes last year. Maybe our next coaching staff can get something out of him, but his rookie year was an abstract disaster, and let's pray for that boy, because not only did it go bad off the field, on the field, it looks bad off the field. He looks very fragile. He has Twitter fingers, and any guy that runs to search his name on Twitter after having a bad performance or after making his first play, that's not a sign of good things to come. But I see similarities in how this thing could go, man. We have a head coaching vacancy. I expect us to hire a young guy. The guy you see here in the thumbnail is who me and many others believe Washington will hire. Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator, Detroit Lions. I think the other coach we should consider perfectly relates to this video is the offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans, Bobby Slowick. Honestly, throw every other name away. It should be between Bobby Slowick and Ben Johnson. And you're going to say, Rio, but look at this video. D'Amico Ryans is a breed of his own. And while I think C.J. Stroud will still be great once Bobby Slowick leaves, the D'Amico Ryans situation is exactly what I'm talking about. 1 year of greatness with Bobby Slowick and C.J. Stroud, and Bobby Slowick's about to get a head coaching job this year, 2024. And I don't want to play offensive coordinator roulette every couple years, either because the OC stinks or because the OC is great. I'd like to tie the head coach to the quarterback. Make it a beautiful marriage, and let's make harmony together with those two. Keep them in lockstep, and keep them in lockstep with the front office guys. I want the perfect marriage here in DC. We deserve this shit. We've went through the last 30 years of turmoil, embarrassment, scandal, losing. Like, we haven't even been able to lose in peace or in silence. We lose loudly. We lose in a way that garners headlines on newspapers and the first topic on First Take on Monday morning following a game. We haven't even been able to do things in peace, but it's a new day in D.C. The offseason just got going. The NFL playoffs started this weekend, and Washington has already made a splash this offseason, hiring the most highly sought-after executive, Adam Peters, to come run our front office program. And our potential head coach, Ben Johnson, won a playoff game last night. Started the game off with a three-peat touchdown to open the game before defenses inevitably kicked in. They won the game, though. Offense looked good. He looked the part per usual. Bobby Slowick, masterclass, put up 31 offensive points for the Texans, and they got 2 pick sixes. I don't see why, if Washington hits on the number 2 overall pick in the draft and we hit on the head coach, Washington cannot gear up to compete right away in 2024. Should it be the expectation? Hell no. We should not expect us to be the Houston Texans in 2024. But why not? We should also not take it off the table. Because if we get this offensive wizard, this offensive guru, quarterback whisperer in the building to pair with an uber talented young 21, 22-year-old quarterback, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, the tide turns immediately. We have money to spend. We have money to blow, but let's not blow it. I trust the guys running the football operation now. Dan Snyder and Vinny Serrato, they're like ignorant folks. When we get our tax return, we get out, we hit the stores, we buy whatever. We don't put any value into what we're purchasing. I think now there's going to be a much more pragmatic demeanor of how we spend the money. And I also, my prayer and what we do when we hire coaches is to hire player friendly coaches. A big feat of Ben Johnson's, of why players love him, is he tailors his system to the players. He does not tailor the players to the system. I think that's the main contrast between a younger coach and an older coach. Older coaches, the boomers of the world, they are stuck in their ways. They are creatures of habit. So no matter what, ego, scheme comes first. You will fit your talents to whatever I construct offensively or defensively. Younger coaches have a higher desire to scheme around the players. Okay, I know I like to run it this way, but the guys we selected, the guys we signed, are better off doing it that way. Let me curtail my situation to acquiesce to the skill set of the players I selected. These decisions matter so much. And that's why I want young blood in this building. And specifically, I want the guy you're looking at with the white Commander's cap on, with the Kodak smile that you see in this picture right here. Ben Johnson. I think the Ben Johnson, Adam Peters combination will be lethal, and it'll be something that we haven't seen here in quite some time. And I trust those two putting their brains together to make the best and most advantageous selection of quarterback going forward 2024 when the draft comes. We're the second overall pick. It's the final day for underclassmen to declare for the draft. We expect DC native Caleb Williams to declare for the draft today. So we're staring at Drake May, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels at the top of the draft, but we will not get the first selection as of now. It is the Chicago Bears who hold all the cards, all the leverage, and all the power in the 2024 draft. But I love where we're sitting, baby. I love where we're sitting at this juncture. I'll be having Matt Miller of ESPN, friend of the show, on this week to talk about the 2024 QB class, to talk about the tackle class, and to talk about how he would construct Washington going forward. I'm going to have him put his GM cap on for that one. I'm excited for it because every time Matt comes on the show, he drops a good nugget. I'm ready for him to drop some gems on our melon. Word to Louis T. But that's all I got for right now. When you watch this video, just know I'm not saying it should be the full expectation for Washington to be the Houston Texans in 2024. What I'm saying is, why not Washington be the Houston Texans going forward 2024 and beyond? Why not us? Why not Washington? No more rinse, Washington, repeat. It is a new day. Puff your chest out. Hold your chin up high, smile ear to ear like Ben Johnson is in this picture, because he got a bag coming from Josh Harris in just another week or so. More videos to come soon. Let's enjoy this offseason, y'all, and let's enjoy some more playoff football today. That's all I got for right now. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Deuces.